Hey everyone, guess what? We are here with Fred. Fred is from Sinsaenum. Sinsaenum. What is
Yes,
wrong with me?
yeah. No, I mean, okay. All right, okay. Well, hi, hello. You're not the only one. In fact, like out of 10, probably eight people say Sinsaenium, and I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter. Like that's a name that's invented. Joey came up with it, and if you can't pronounce it or if you add some letters, it is fine. It's cool. It's
It's
okay.
we'll just keep making words up through the whole thing.
Yeah,
By the
Insanium.
end,
Every time you mention, try to make a different one. Okay?
okay.
Actually, I don't want to hear Sinsanum. So you just like try to fuck it up every time.
Sane Sinum, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
that's fine.
we're here
Insane
for
mom.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so great. Um, Fred, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and hang out and chat with me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So tell me about the process like writing this. And I should say that these first two singles, holy shit, are they good.
Well, thank you very much.
Wow. I'm actually Last Goodbye really like speaks to me.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm absolutely like it just draws me in. I'm like, holy fuck. I probably listened to it like four times just today.
okay.
I'm like,
Cool. Well, I'm glad. I mean, like, so I started writing those songs in 2019. So you can imagine it's been like yeah, the 6 years now, almost, and well, no, yeah, 6 years, and I mean, it's such a like I developed that love and hate relationship with a cat. Oh, that's your cat, nice. Hello. So I this love and hate relationship with the songs because I at times it's just like my God, I heard those songs like way too much. I don't care. I cannot stomach them. Fucking horrible. And then you take a break and then you come back just like, nah, it's actually not bad. But I really went like this, like throughout those years. So anyway, I started writing those songs in 2019. Everything was fine back then. And I just had joined Creator. I had another project in Japan and everything was fine. And then we had COVID. And then I lost my father. And then a year after, we lost Joey, our drummer. And so I mean that was quite heavy. And then eventually after, the passing of Joey and the talking within the band and going like, yeah, we should carry on and we're gonna make this album, just in his name, in his honor, and then, that's what we're gonna do. And then we, resumed work and carried on. And because I've been very busy with Creator as well. There was a lot of like, and also my personal like mood because like I keep saying, but when you lose a parent, it's just like the priorities are different in life. It's
yeah.
just music is cool, and I love music, and I'm glad music was or still is there when I'm not doing too well. But with Sinsanum, I'm the one driving, and when you see nothing but like dark, it's very hard to drive. So sometimes then you stop a little bit, and then yeah, with that and being busy with Creator and coming back, and so it took a while, but I'm pleasantly happy with the result, and seems like so far everybody is as well. Then again, you never know, but no, it seems like people dig the songs, and that's good to hear.
Yeah, I feel like I think that a lot of people are really going to connect with this album um, because of it means so much to you,
Mm.
right? Like coming out of losing your father and losing Joey, like those are two heavy things to deal with, and I think it really it's gonna that's what's gonna draw people in. They're gonna connect with those things.
Yeah, but I've been reluctant mentioning, even though like it was a no-brainer that we would, dedicate it to Joey. Then I felt, well, I mean, if we dedicate it to Joey, I have to dedicate it to my father as well because, it's my life, so I have to. But then the fact that you have to mention in the press release that because it's an important part of the album and it's written inside. And but the fact is, I don't want people to, as much as I want them to know, wish they didn't know, so I wouldn't have. I never wanted to use this as a
as a
clickbait or
promotional tool.
as a promotion. Yeah, no, never. So I was just like, I've always tried to be like as cautious as possible. There's a thin line between like paying tribute and then just like using that, and I really don't want to use it, and I people at the end of the day people are going to think what they want. But I know where I stand, and I'm really trying. I'm still like tiptoeing sometimes, just like, shall we, I don't always write or on our socials. Sometimes some other people do it for me, and then I see if like Joey's name is mentioned, like I'm like, but yes, of course, because it's very. So I'm glad that if people can connect on that level, emotional level, I think it's good, because you need to connect at some point. So it's nice if they feel like just, oh, I'm not alone. Someone went through those losses, and this is. But the
Yeah.
album, the album, it was not, the music was not created in that sense. Like, it's been worked on with that burden on my shoulders, just like, okay, I need to carry on in life, but that's what I'm suffering. But the music was at first created just like out of, I just want to make like something aggressive. This is our third album, and I want to make good music. And if I want to have like clean vocals, I'm gonna do that. And if I want to have like long solos, that was the idea. And then on the way to finish that work, everything that happened to me and to us, like the rest of them, for Joey, of course, uh, put like a dark curtain over that. But so yeah, that's what it is. So that's why I'm always like, it's a little touchy. But with that being said, if people can relate to this one way or another, they're more than welcome to come and have like a big virtual hug, and that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a solid effort, and I understand. I absolutely respect that you're like, I don't want to use these things as that promotional tool,
Mm.
right? Because at the end of the day, it should always be about the music, right? If we're going to
Yeah.
promote the music, let's talk music. Let's
Yeah.
really focus on that. Um,
Yes.
so
But
I
then
I
again,
have, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, but then again, you cannot not mention it, because if we just release an album, we don't talk about Joey, or no one's asking anything. That would be also very strange. That would
Yeah,
be heartless, and this is not who I am. Like,
right.
like, when I have a few drinks with friends, we talk about him. I talk about my father. This is like very still present in my personality, in my day-to-day life, and so I guess. I was talking about it with a friend the other day, and he was like, it's hard to mix like personal life and professional, like music, and you need to separate the two. I'm like, yeah, yeah, to a certain extent, but this particular album, like, yeah, it
It
has to
it
go like this.
crosses
Yeah,
over. Yeah,
yeah,
it
exactly.
absolutely
So
does.
yeah, 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 yeah. So and it's fine. Like, now I'm okay. But when I started to do the promo, the first interviews, it was in France. It was in the at the same hotel I did the promo with Joey. So it was like strange when I walked there. I was just like, oh God, last time I was here was with him. Oh God. So it felt weird. And then they took me, well, not took me off guard, because of course I know that was coming, but just like, yeah, okay, that album is dedicated to your dad, and I just like, oh, I had tears in my eyes. It was filmed. Also, I didn't sleep too well the night before, because I knew it was going to be heavy, so I had like some drinks.
Oh,
Very clever. So yeah, yeah, that was horrible, and I was just like, then I had to carry on the promo for several days, and I was just like, I'm not gonna make it. It's just like, it's making me like angry and sad and depressed. And eventually now I'm good. It is therapeutic, and like I keep saying, if people read this and go like, oh, he's going through that, I'm going through that as well. So okay, I'm not alone. So we should talk about death more often, not just the band or the music, death, but we
the
should. Well, I mean, we should. Well, we
the
should talk about
occurrence
death.
in life. Yeah.
Yes, yes, but we should talk
Yeah.
about like Chuck Schuldiner and also death metal. But
Yeah.
uh, but no, no, talking about like death and loss and grieving, because no one knows, don't know what the fuck's coming when it happens to you. No one's
Well,
prepared for this.
no, and even the funniest thing, so 2019 for my family was a pretty heavy year, right? Because that's when we lost my little brother, and it was, like same thing, like it happened. It
Mm.
still weighs on me today. I think
Okay.
about him every day, right? It doesn't go away, but you
Yeah.
have everyone's there up until the funeral, and then maybe a couple afterwards, and pretty quickly everyone's back to normal life, and you
Yeah.
still deal with those like the waves of
Yeah.
grief that hit you,
Yeah.
and you have those moments where you're like, okay, I just need to, like, I'm just gonna shed a tear for a minute, like
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
thing and move on. But do you find it, obviously you're finding like the interviews and talking about those things like therapeutic, how like going through the album and finishing the album, how did you feel with that finished product, like overall?
Well, I think I'm still able to detach myself from music and what it, because like I said, you once like I lost my father, like I said, like there's a shift in like priorities and what's important, and well, music, as much as that's what I do and I'm good at it, I think, and I want to dedicate my art, it's not replacing the life of someone. So it's just like so to me, finishing the album was just like, okay, now I made a promise, we're gonna make this album like for Joey, for my father, so let's make the best possible. I do not listen to it and go think about this too much. I'm trying to like separate the two. I have to, otherwise I go crazy, or I
Yeah.
can't even look at it or talk about it. But the song "Last Goodbye," yes, I cannot. I have to think about. So when we did the video, I had like tears in my eyes. I'm just like, when I listen to it, that middle section with the cello, I'm just like, so when we're gonna do the album, the shows, that's gonna be fun. Uh, but but I mean, like, even when I got the vinyl the first time and I just opened it, and it's written, this album is dedicated to the loving memory of Pierre Leclerc, Frédéric Muller, and Joey Jordison. Frédéric Muller was our light technician, and he passed away last year. Uh, I know that it's there because that's what I I told them to put it there, but it's still like, so I don't know. I had that conversation with Paul Masvidal from Cynic. We were together on the 70,000 of metal cruise, and we had a chat about it, and I was just like, how do you deal with grief? What do you, because he's into yoga and like very spiritual, and I just like, do you have any advice? Because it's horrible. Like I keep, sometimes my memories of my father, they come, like you said, like it comes in
Just a
waves, and it's
wave.
like, yeah, yeah, and I'm just like, I'm trying to avoid thinking about it. It's just like, oh my God, I try to fight because and he was like, do not do that. You need to embrace like the memory, because that's how they live through you, and just like you need to embrace the presence when you do things. And that was an interesting, way of it helped me. And now I'm trying to, every day that passes by, it's just like it's getting there. But like you said, like the wave, every now and then you have like a tear, you remember a conversation that you should have had or you didn't, and so there's that. It's just like this, then, and life keeps sucking because you've got that, and then relationships and whatnot. Let's not not gonna go too much into details,
That's
but
yeah,
it's been very interesting. So in devastation is a very it's a good title to describe my life.
yes,
Yes.
absolutely. It was a great single too. Like
Yeah.
it is a fucking great song. But I need to tell you this.
Yeah.
My favorite song thus far, and I've is off of Repulsion of Humanity. It's I Stand
I
Alone.
stand alone. Ah,
I fucking I don't know why. I fucking absolutely love it. I mean, I know why, obviously. I fucking love the song. It's a great song. But the life of the band, um, I think is really fucking cool.
hmm.
Obviously, you guys aren't like a traditional band where everyone lives in the same town, and you go into a rehearsal room and you write. You're fucking
Yeah.
all over the place,
Yeah.
and obviously have, storied musical careers,
Hmm.
to come together and create.
Mm.
Insanium. Uh,
Yes, yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad that you know more than just the latest Sinsaenum album, and that that you refer to the previous album. I Stand Alone is a cool song. I think that was the sort of stepping stone, because we used that clean, and the spoken words on the verse, and I guess that was just like a stepping stone to go towards Last Goodbye, and the title I Stand Alone is actually taken from one of my favorite movies, I Stand Alone by Gaspar Noé, the guy who did Irreversible. So I don't know if you've seen that movie. That the song itself deals with like a serial killer, but I Stand Alone is a great movie about like a butcher who lost everything and is in his 50s and is just like, and he stands alone, and it's very, 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 very depressing. And yeah, I love depressing things.
yeah. I honestly, I think as humans, we are drawn towards like depressing things. Like
Yes.
look at the news. What do people click on? They click on the horrible bullshit
Yeah.
that we don't really need to see, but we do.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I used to embrace force to embrace. No, I used to I used to I I used to embrace the depressive state. I remember like I was discovering metal, and I was like in love with that girl, and she didn't love me back, and I was listening to The Evil That Men Do, and I was crying on my bed with the headphones, but at the same time I was like enjoying it because I was feeling like so much emotion out of it, just like. So I've always liked, like I love like depressing music like Paradise Lost, My Dying Bride, and Thema. I love that, but I don't think I really understood at the time what it would be like the real, like when I lost my father, and that was just like, oh fuck, that's not that's the real shit. That's
Yeah.
not the same. It's different levels. But other than like when it really sucks like this, I don't mind a bit of depression, I guess. A
Yeah.
little.
Just a little bit,
Yeah,
not the whole
exactly.
fucking like
Yeah, yeah,
ocean hitting
exactly.
you. Like,
Yeah, yeah, just a slice, not the whole. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll just take a little baby wave. Like,
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's like, yeah, yeah.
okay. So the big question for me,
Yes.
big question. I know you guys have a tour coming up. You guys are doing Europe.
Yeah.
Um, uh, is there are there any plans to bring Insaneum to the States?
Look, uh, no, so we're doing a very short tour in Europe. We're not even like hitting half of Europe or a third. We're just doing UK, France, Spain, and Portugal.
Yeah, it's like 12 or 14 dates or something, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because we need to start from scratch, more or less. We just i- like I keep saying, I look at streaming platforms, or I was looking at streaming platforms, and people never stop listening to us. So it's great. That means we still have like people that know who we are. And the name, Nissan Sum, everybody knows, not everybody, but like a lot of people know Cinnamon Sun Lane. And and uh, so that's a luxury. So we're not starting from scratch, but on that's one thing to exist like virtually, but like to do gigs. I don't see the point right now to go and lose completely a shit tons of money if no one wants us. So the real question is, yeah, yeah. But I mean, if you give me like a good amount of money to play in your in your backyard, in your garden, then yeah. But you know what I mean? Like so.
GoFundMe coming up to have Cineum play in my backyard. Let's fucking make this happen.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just put a link, and then we'll
Yeah.
see how much we can get. No, no, but without begging, I guess we need to find like a initial interest, because right now we only have released like two singles. We have like good feedback, but that's not enough. So we need like once the album is out, and if we see, like I said in a previous interview, it's not even my place to ask, because if people really there's a high demand, there will always be a way for it to happen. So
Yeah.
it's not it's not I'm like I refuse to tour. I really do not want to play this music live. No, of course I want to play it live and I want to play everywhere with Sinsaenum. But if people don't care, or if people do not care enough, then there's no point traveling the other side of the world to just play yeah, for
That's,
nothing else.
you know, that's fair. I think that's, have we had this conversation often. It's great to play music. It's great to play music at a high level, like you do. What what a lot of fans don't really grasp is at the end of the day, like the band is a corporation. It's a business that you've got to run, and you can't hemorrhage money
No, I
all
mean,
the
I
time.
really try. I really try as much to stay away from all that business crap, and I want to be like, still be innocent, and our music is beautiful, and I want to eat pasta. It doesn't matter. It's, or craft dinner or whatever you guys eat, like a cheap, this is cool. And I'm still like that. I don't eat much, I'm happy. And also, it's easy for me to say that because being with Creator, it's cool. So everything I'm just like talking out of my ass. No, no, no. It's going well with Creator. That's cool. But all I'm saying is I forgot what I wanted to say.
I don't know. You were talking about eating craft crap or something
Yeah,
like,
yeah, no, yeah, no, no, no. I was saying Uh, yeah, people need to understand that this is actually like we musicians need to survive at some point. And I always said I'm happy to eat. No, I think it's called craft dinner, but isn't that like something from Canada? There's a song from the band Annihilator. They have like craft dinner, and I think that's what he was eating when he was like a poor musician. Like maybe mac and cheese, those
oh
like
yeah,
instant. I think it's Canadian then craft dinner, but that's what I wanted to say. Like, I think that if I could still carry on play music until the end of my days, and I would end up at one point eating mac and cheese, I would be happy to. And then I said, with that being said, being with Creator right now, I don't have that problem. That's what I meant.
yes.
But so eating mac and cheese is one thing, but then from Europe to travel to the US, get all the visa sorted, get a bus and all that's a lot of budget. And that's not mac and cheese that I would be eating. It would be basically just like dirt, you
No,
know.
it'd be like ramen for sure. Like your 20-cent packet of ramen forever. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
forever. Just like yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, but
yeah,
so that's the thing. Like we cannot, it's all well in theory, but it's cool. If people want our music, there will be a way, to have it.
yeah. Well, I think so. I think, again, I said it earlier. I'll say it again. I think a lot of people are really going to connect with this album. I
I
hope
hope
that they do, because I think it's a solid from start to finish. And I feel like, with all of my heart, I feel like this is something that I have to experience live.
well.
Whether I have to really do a GoFundMe and bring you over, or it'd be cheaper if I just did a GoFundMe and all my fans sent me to come see you.
I think that's the better option, really. But but then it depends. But yeah, for you that's definitely like, and for them it's cheaper as well. So
Oh,
just
for
like
sure.
just yeah, do a GoFundMe and come see us
Yeah.
in Europe. Then it
I'd
doesn't
rather
really help
I'd
my
rather
career,
do a
but
GoFundMe and bring you guys over here and like do at least a couple of weeks of shows.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, just do what you have to do.
so we've got to raise probably 100 grand, get them over here, let them do their thing for a couple of weeks, and then send them back.
Exactly. How about that? How does that
That
sound?
I think that sounds fair. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. That's so
Okay.
awesome.
Make sure
Okay.
make sure you misspell the name of the
I, I
band.
know. Like, Sneesium's going to be up there really, really good. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
okay. Uh,
Perfect.
Fred, I know you have another interview coming up, so I'm not going to keep you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the fact that only once was it said the same or the real name was only said once through this whole thing. So I
I think so.
appreciate that fact.
Yeah, no, no, no,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thanks, but yeah, okay. Let's make sure it's Sinsaenum. That's the name.
Since
Sinsaenum. Okay, it's
yes,
it
and
Joey.
it's go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I was gonna say yeah. Joey came up with it, so it's like a mix. He explained to me because I was the same, just like what, what, huh? And it's insane, and at the end because it sounds Latin. It sounds cool. So that's what it is. Sinsaenum.
I love that.
You have it.
Hold on. Yeah. Sinsaenum.
We even changed the logo on the album, so now people can read it. They cannot go around and say like, "Oh, I can't read your death metal, logo." Now it's like it's spelled for you guys. So there you go.
Yes.
Say it.
Awesome. Fred,
Thank you
thank
very
you, man.
much.
Have a
Yeah.
beautiful day.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.